Today on the table, we have a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield plus Comp Carry. So we got a long title for this one. So Smith & Wesson's been making the M&P Shield actually for quite a while now. I think about 15 or 20 years, specifically for this. Actually, I think it's closer to 25 because a lot of police officers use it. And they just use the standard M&P Shield. And that pistol comes in a bazillion different options for calibers. I mean, you can get it in both different 22s. You can get it in a FN. You can get it in a 357, 38s, 45s, 40s, 10 millimeters. They basically just have every, and of course 9. They have every caliber available for the standard M&P Shield. Now the Shield Plus only comes in 2. It comes in a 9 millimeter and a 30 Super is what they call it. This is the 9 millimeter, and they've made this specific one since 2021. So basically what they did with this is, it's supposed to be like an everyday carry. They do some pretty cool porting options here just to get rid of excess gas. I mean, you can even see in the barrel there's actually a cut. I don't know if you can see that in there. There's a little cut actually in the top of the barrel, which is pretty cool. And that strategically kind of leverages excess gas when you're shooting, or at least shooting a lot in a rapid amount, I guess you could say. And I guess I can do a quick safety check on it. This does obviously lock back. You can see that here. It's not loaded. Now it comes with 3 different mags. It comes with a 10-round mag, a 13-round mag, and a 15-round mag. The magazine that I have in it right now is the 13. So you can see here it just says 9 millimeter on the side. And then this one you can see it is a little double stack mag up to 13 right there. And it's actually a super comfortable gun to hold. I mean, I have just probably average size hands. It has what they say is an 18-degree grip angle. I would agree that that's probably perfect. It is a fantastic grip angle. Now it does have, like on a Glock, so you can get the non-MOS and the MOS. So this one is MOS, I guess you could say. So it is optics ready, so you could put a red dot on it if you want. If you remember, like in my other videos with my Glocks, I try to buy Glocks that are not MOS just because I like to just shoot with the standard. I like to keep everything stock, shoot with the sights that they came with. And this one just has really nice sights on it too. Not having the distracting dots on the back and then having a nice bright one here on the front does make, just looking through it or looking across the top of it that much easier. Now, again, this is a polymer gun. Or it's a polymer frame gun, of course. So it's just like a Glock where it's very lightweight, compared to a lot of the guns, more modern, or the more older guns that you see in my videos. These more modern ones, especially these polymer ones, are considerably lighter. It almost feels top heavy because it's so light for how light the frame and the grip are compared to the rail, which is, just a different feeling, I guess, if you're not doing it. Now, these serrations that they have here on the sides, it does actually make it really, really easy for you to charge it, which is really nice. It does not have a safety, as you can see here. There is just a slide release and a mag release, and that's about it. It does have a indicator to show you whether or not, though, it is loaded, so you can see there. Mag button's great. I mean, it has an easy mag release. I mean, it is a nice, and then the grip on it too is really nice. Like, just to be able to hold it, like, even though this is plastic or that polymer, which is plastic, it is a really nice grip to hold on to. Now, the thing is different is the way this trigger is. If you look at this trigger is like a split trigger. See that there? You can, like, this piece actually goes in before the trigger actually goes back. And since I did charge it, I can pull the trigger because there's no rounds in it. But if you watch, like, you can see, it's based on how that trigger pull is. It's just kind of an interesting, it's almost like it's a set. The trigger sets and then you can pull it, which is kind of a, I guess a more tactile feel. So they've made these shields, like I said, for a really long time, for about 25 years, maybe even a little bit longer. And they were designed strictly for law enforcement agencies. Now, they did become very popular in the commercial markets, but they're really targeted toward law enforcement agencies because law enforcement was carrying Glocks for a very long time and still do. And I think Smith & Wesson really kind of wanted to get into that market so that they could get some market share for a really nice carry pistol. And that is why they made and designed the M&P Shield, which I know a lot of people have shields. They're great guns. It's a fantastic carry gun, good car gun. It's just a really nice gun to have. I haven't even shot this one yet. Probably should shoot it this weekend since it's going to be pretty rainy here. But it does have some cool things on there. Obviously, like I said, it's a striker fire automatic pistol, but the trigger system in this actually prevents the firearm from discharging unless the trigger is fully compressed or depressed, I guess you could say, even if it's dropped. So I know, like those, the Colt 80s series. So you saw me with the 1960s Colt that I used, but there's an 80s series that they came out in the 80s that prevented their 1911s from having that drop issue. So they put 4 extra pieces in there. You can go back and look at one of my older videos about that, but they had 4 extra pieces, which was just basically a drop protection. And in that most recent Taurus revolver I showed, and some other revolvers that I have in the past, or some other revolvers I have, they have that bar system, which is another thing that prevents, if you were to carry it loaded when you were to drop it, that the hammer would not strike the round and you could get an ejection on that or a fire on it, which would obviously not be good. So just some cool things, I guess. Some more things about this is it has its, clear cut, I guess, or clear sight cut, which is what these are here. That's why the sight's not all the way in the front. I guess that's a little trademark that they have on this pistol. It's obviously optics ready, which we went over, and then, we went over the sights as well. The slide is actually stainless steel with an Armor Knight finish on it. So I don't know, it's just, if you just look at it, it just looks like it's black, but it's a stainless steel slide. And it's, I think there isn't too much more. I get the reason there is no safety is because it has a integrated trigger safety, which is, partially why you have this extra more tactile piece in here that you really have to, be able to pull the whole thing through. So either way, it's super cool. I thought it was fun. I had a little buyer's remorse when I bought it, thinking, oh man, I just bought a crappy, why did I buy that? I paid $5.99 for it. So I think right now Cabela's has them for $5.50. They're on sale if you wanted to get this specific Shield Plus comp carry. But I'm totally happy with it. Even though I haven't even shot it yet, I know it's going to shoot great. So I will try to get it out there this weekend to do that. But anyways, here is the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield Plus comp carry right there. And thanks for watching.